talk about the haunted house called the House of Death, a house that is located somewhere in Imo State, where it is believed that this house is haunted with mysterious happenings spotted by those around. Now, this story was made popular by Naira Land in 2020, and according to what was said, the house is located deep inside the forest and that it is fenced around with no gates. Some observers also claim that there is no power supply source that is visibly connected to the house itself. However, at night, they notice lights shining in the building. Some people have also claimed they saw a pregnant woman crying outside the window, but soon disappeared when people tried to point their flashlights from a distance to see it. Then there was this story of a boy named Ebuka Ikechukwu, whose curiosity led him to jump over the fence to see what was in the building. But it was said that Ebuka never came out of the building up till this day. Then there is a story of a group of boys who were playing football at a field a little distant from the building, but somehow shot their ball into the compound, only to have it shot back out by an unknown person from the compound. It was said that everyone playing the football that day abandoned the ball and took to their heels. The House of Death did not last long in its originality, as a group of indigents who stumbled upon the story online were quick to debunk the rumors. They paid a visit to the house itself, and it became apparent that the building had a gate and that it was not abandoned like the story had claimed. Residents were clearly visible and interviewed, and it turned out that most of the people who occupies the building were students. However, despite the fact that the video was released to debunk the House of Death story, some people still call it BS. They believe maybe there isn't a ghost, or maybe the House of Death story was elaborate, but something sinister must be going in there. But what do you guys think? Do you think there is some truth to the House of Death story, or do you think it's all BS? Let me know what you think. In 2017, the story of a white man who fed prostitutes to his pet python in Zambia went viral. According to the story, the unnamed white man was said to have been reported by his neighbors, who claimed they kept seeing him bring girls into his house but never saw any of the girls leave. The concerned neighbor was soon quick to report to the Zambia police, who carried out their investigations only to find a big python in the man's house, in a cage with bathroom slippers and clothing of unknown females. This same story was posted in a Kenyan group page. But unlike the Zambian story, the Kenyan version was that the man lured hawkers, young girls who were hawking biscuits, drinks, or just about anything. They said he would lure the hawkers into his house under the guise of wanting to buy more of what they were selling, only to trick them and push them into a dark cage that housed his big pet python. But the story in itself didn't last long, because people from Zambia first of all pointed out that the uniform being worn here by the policemen were not of the Zambian police force, but they were of the Kenyan police force. So was it Kenya the story happened? Yes, it happened in Kenya, but this was not what happened. Now, the python in itself is just a random picture from the internet. However, African fact checkers were soon quick to identify where this photo came from. Now, the picture of the white man being arrested turned out to be of a man from New Zealand by the name of Baha Hukes, who was arrested in Kenya in 2013 under the charges of child pornography and child trafficking. It's unclear the current state of his situation regarding the child pornography and child trafficking accusations, but as far as the story of a white man who fed prostitutes to his pet python goes, it's a hoax. It's false. The story never really happened.